Wes Newton to throw for the bull.
Okay, welcome back to round 4 of the Killarney Darts Festival Irish Open, supported by Fulcher Ireland.
Game on.
Meet in Ireland, Glen Eagle, Nordic Spirits, Windmill and Tuborg. We have England's Wes Newton against Eric Donnelly of Ireland. I've been well joined, I should say, by Daryl. Good afternoon, Daryl. How are you doing?
140.
I'm very good, Nick. Good to see you again.
Been nice sitting down, wasn't it? You've been stood up all morning doing the refereeing. Somehow I got out of the way of that.
Yeah, amazingly, yeah. No, it's been a good day so far. We're rattling through the... What did we start with? 535, massive numbers.
599, I got told.
But yeah, it was, but we had a lot of dropouts.
Ah, okay. How's that?
People with beer problems, I'd say.
140.
But yeah, 535, still a good turnout.
Good.
We're rattling through. We're down to what, 64 now?
Yeah,
maybe?
last 64 I think we're into now.
It's great.
So, yeah, got a good lineup on this evening as well. We got, I think, the ladies' semi-finals, the men's semi-finals, obviously the finals of those games, and of course the youth. I think they've got a record turnout for the youth as well, both in the boys and the girls tournament. So
82.
We'll have the finals of those for you all later as well.
Youths are just as important as the main events.
100%.
They're the future.
Yep, exactly that. Good start here from Wes. Not quite so
60.
good from Eric. Wes down to 139. Should come down now. 99. Maybe not. Maybe he's still looking up, to be fair.
60.
Strange. But then again, his opponent's on 261, so...
$121.
Nice visit there.
He was nearly on 81.
79.
He's not, though. 20 for tops for Wes.
39.
Wes has always had that predominant lean
140.
as he throws his darts.
Didn't serve him too badly when he was on the PDC.
No, absolutely.
He made the top 10 for the PDC.
Yeah,
I think
Premier League as well, isn't he?
Premier League,
Wes, you require 40.
9 darter. Tops it is for the first leg for Wes.
Yeah, that's game shot.
There is
in
the first leg.
Wes Newton.
Good to see him
Second
over.
leg, Eric to throw first. Game on.
There's also the fact that he's won the throw in this best of 7 competition is quite significant, because Eric has got to break the Newton throw to win. Simple as that. He has no choice. He's got to break Newton's throw. So Wes, having won that first leg, is almost in a little bit of comfort that this is a free leg for him, for phrase. He can challenge the throw, knowing full well if he loses it, he's still in front in a small way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but Eric started off great there over the ton, and he's back in again. Lovely, big barrels. It'd be good to see this one going.
He might very well have,
has
he? Yeah, I think he has. Yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was a 140, but still a good effort.
100.
Over a ton in front, or just about a ton in front, I should say.
Is Wes playing much these days? I haven't really heard his name mentioned an awful lot.
He's up in the northwest a lot.
140.
Manchester and around that area. Not doing too many of the tour events, but he's back enjoying his darts as much as anything.
85.
That's the main thing, isn't it?
Eric, you require 121.
So a 1-2-1 here for Eric. Doesn't need to go for it as it happens, so he could go 11 and ball. He could come down for treble 15. He's gone 25 for 36. Double 18 it is.
85.
Good effort. He'll be back.
Good board use there as well. Didn't need to go 11 ball and didn't.
No,
good
fair
thinking.
play to him, yeah.
Should go 25 here, Wes.
99.
Yeah, 25 would have left for 167. Thinking was right. The execution didn't quite match it.
You said that about me last year in the doubles.
No
A
score.
loose one there. Good pressure.
I'm not quite sure what happened with the last dart there. We didn't see that one. I assume he bust because he's still on 36.
99. Eric will require 36.
left if Eric fails to finish.
Oh, that's nasty. Double 17.
19.
Ooh.
He's going to be kicking himself if Wes takes this out. This will be a real steal for Wes, won't it?
Treble 14.
272, I think, when he left a double.
20 for double top.
That
Nearly busted.
Yeah, that was close.
54.
Yeah.
Eric, you require
I feel Eric
17.
needs to take this one.
Yeah, 1 for double 8. Nice fat one, that's good.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
game shot in the second.
He deserved that one. I think the
Eric
one
Donnelly.
everybody always says that's the
Third
hard
leg,
one, but he hit
Wes
slap bang in the
Reserves.
middle of the one.
Yeah,
And there was no
perfect.
messing.
Perfect dart, yep.
But as we said, that was a free throw really for Wes. He just, if he holds his throw, he wins the match. It's as simple as that.
55.
But he would have wanted a better start than 55.
It's a shame I don't know a bit more about Eric. I'm sure there's a lot of people watching that know a lot about him, but I don't. So I can't
60.
really comment on him. I don't know him, so.
Clearly he's a player of some pedigree. He's down to the last 64.
137.
536 competitors. Tells me he's half decent.
Well, we'll know about him tomorrow, won't we? Now I'll know about him tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice steady throw though.
Very focused, isn't he? The
He
eyes
doesn't
are
blink.
100.
Should go back up now. Wes 139 would leave him with 170.
139.
That is
Yeah.
brilliant darts.
It's a bit of experience there.
Absolutely. Can be so important. It's not to say that he's going to go out on the 170, but he's bought
55.
himself a raffle
Whereas you
ticket.
require
And that's the bit that he is
170.
in the raffle.
That's it. Have to be in it to win it.
Yeah.
55.
Slap one there. I'd say this man don't blink from the minute he gets to the hockey.
100. Whereas you require
That's right.
115.
Raises the eyes for a ton.
Wes has got 2 bites at 115.
57. Yeah.
Back to the 20s.
59.
You can hit a treble here, but it'll put the pressure on Wes. She's done.
100.
She has done, yeah.
Whereas you
Very good.
require
56 is
56.
doable, so 16 for tops then for Wesley. Double 10.
46. Eric, you
Now,
require
yes.
86.
Should
That's-
be.
Should be treble 18, but
Yeah.
you might go treble 20. You wouldn't know. Yep.
Oh, what a lovely
Double
dart.
16. Double 8.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
game
What an
shot and the third
absolute
leg.
steal.
Eric
That
Donnelly.
is
Yeah.
a steal, and
Wes
look,
is-
Wes has lost his 3-1 now.
Yeah, a little
Fourth
shake of
leg,
the head
Eric
there as if
throw
to say,
first.
ouch.
Game on.
Should never have lost that one. The Warrior.
$100.
So he's got the breaker throw that we were talking about, but as we were talking on commentary earlier, a breaker throw is only good if you back it up with holding your throw, really.
That's it. Yeah.
52.
Wow.
Wes is feeling it a bit, I'd say.
Very clear to see why Eric has got to the last 64, isn't it?
60.
He's very straight. He's very, very straight.
Very.
Yeah, yeah.
$85.
He's having a little bit of bad luck with a few of those ricochets flicking off and into the 5s. Now you put the curse on that one. He's at a treble 5 now.
Still not a bad dart. though.
No, very true.
95.
95. Keeps his nose in front.
$63.
I'm going to say that rescue thing's just about kept him in the leg. Got a good 50-odd point lead here, plus these. To your point, Darryl, he's just keeping straight, isn't he?
60.
Yep. I suppose Wes has been in this position so many times, he won't be too worried just yet. But can't let Eric win this one.
85.
6 starts from 186 then for Eric. That's a big
100.
dart.
Yeah, massive.
And of course he went out on 86 in the last leg.
We'll have fun memories.
81. Eric, you
135
require
when it comes back.
86.
Yeah, 135 is not the worst finish in the world. Looks good from where we're sitting as well. Commentators don't mind a 135. Always looks good. 18 for the bullseye then, for a 3-1 lead.
Ooh.
43.
Right.
Wes, you require
Double 21
135.
and a half, I think. Yeah.
Wes needs to get this.
Should go for the bull. He's gone for the bull. Treble
20.
Treble 20, yes. Across to the 18s, I think.
63. Eric, you require 43.
Double 10.
23.
Now 72.
Wes, you
Numerous ways
require
of going
72.
here.
I was only talking about it this
We
morning,
were
weren't
indeed. Treble 16. He's looking
I
at the
reckon
top of the
treble
board.
20.
Top of the board. Yeah,
double
great
6.
shout, Daryl. But this is the trouble with the treble
66.
Yeah.
20. It's if you
Eric,
split
you
the
require
sixes, you're
20.
suddenly on double 3.
Yeah, that's game
Ooh,
shot in the
good
fourth
dart.
leg. The fifth leg
3-1.
is Wes to throw first. Game on.
Wes is under a bit of pressure
He's
now.
having a bit of bad luck here as well.
Yeah.
Both of those are kissing the wire.
45.
I must admit, coming out of there and going for 19s on that last one seemed to me the obvious choice, but Wes obviously saw there was a way in there. He blinked then.
Yeah, actually he did
45.
blink, yeah. And he missed the 20. He'll be feeling good though.
58.
Even though Wes hasn't been on the scene like he used to be, I mean, this guy would have been quite excited to be playing the name up on stage here at Killarney, so he's actually performing well under the circumstances.
Yeah, of course.
140.
He's got himself an 80-point lead now as well.
He needs 140 here.
140.
You keep
big.
talking these in, Darryl. You're doing a good job there, my
I
friend.
tried doing it when I'm playing. Nice ton here to do him. He's going the right way.
60.
Unlucky.
It's a big barrel though, isn't it? He's going to get the
Yeah.
ricochets.
Yeah, very true.
100.
This leaves the finish. And again.
95.
95 is
Wes, you
161.
require
Very,
158.
very even. This leg 158 plays 161. So Wes won't be going
We
out.
go across the treble 18.
Leave himself
98.
handy.
98.
Eric, you require
we go.
161.
Treble 20. Ah,
That's the
he's
one.
gone the wrong way round.
Yeah.
This one, he's got the one first. That's not the idea.
41. Wes, you require
I
60.
think Wes will clear this up now, depending on the first start.
Ouch,
He's
he's
got
got
to
to move.
yeah.
Yep, he shifted across to the left of the
Yeah,
off
that's
there and
game
he's
shot.
slotted it in the top of
And the
left.
fifth
Bit of
leg.
experience there.
Where's
leg.
Newton?
This is the crucial leg then. Wes has got to break back so as he can
Sixth leg.
have the
Eric
darts in
throw
the final
first.
leg.
Game on.
That's
85.
a good last one.
was rather rescued the throw there. Coming down. Lovely lay.
96.
Trying to fire himself up a bit, is he? Was that Wes? Or was that
Yeah.
another board?
Could have been. It could have been one of the guys. Then I think you can see Wes Newton playing. Jordan Brooks in the background, supporting his
55.
colleague from the northwest. Well, he was in the background. He's disappeared. He must have heard me say his name.
Oh, this is a great visit now.
180.
He's effectively kind of stolen the throw, depending
Yeah.
on this visit.
Absolutely. .140 here makes it interesting.
100.
Still just about in it. Depends whether Weathers can leave himself a finish here or not. And that's 15, so he needs to keep. Ooh,
This is a
now he's
slack
got to win
visit
a treble. 205. He has to hit a treble. I think he's staying at the 20s.
80.
Oh,
Great
dart.
dart, that
Wes,
was, yeah.
good dart, sir. Suddenly nothing less than a ton here. Well, or 91, I should say. That looks pretty adjacent.
It looks in, I think.
140.
Yeah.
Where's you require 145?
Ask the question.
Wow.
25.
105.
Will he get a shot though?
Eric, you require
121 for
121.
the match.
Pins. Yes.
Yes, yes, he will. Ouch.
Oh, his worst visit
25.
of the whole match.
Where's you
Yeah.
require
Crucial
40?
time.
Yeah, that's game shot. And
And Wes makes it 3-3,
leg.
and we're going to a deciding
Where's
leg.
Newton?
And Wes has got the
Seventh
throw.
and
Quick
final
fist pump,
leg.
and Wes
Where's the throw first? Game on.
quickly back into the action. He's done well to come back from 3-1 down, to be fair. He didn't look as though he was going to get the opportunity to get back in the game. But he's
83.
won those last two legs well.
That's the difference, though, isn't it? I think between these guys and the likes of me and the normal pub player. You go 3-1 down, you're pretty much giving up.
Mm.
Yeah, he's battled well.
140.
Good reply. That's a good reply.
It's a good
Against
reply.
the throw. Put the pressure back on Wes.
81.
81, is it?
Yeah, so another
Yeah.
ton here from Eric, and he'll have stolen the darts.
He's in again.
Oh, he's just had to move. This might have been the one to go down. Oh, what do I know?
125.
I was going to say
Brilliant.
should have gone downstairs, but
Yeah, what do we know?
shut up, Nick. Crack on.
Oh, Wes needing a ton 40, really.
99.
Wes will be under pressure coming in now.
He certainly will.
100.
Lead 136. Don't forget Wes through first in this last leg as well.
It's a good start. He doesn't want to, but he's going to have to go down or over to 18.
137.
Lead 101.
Eric, you require
What
136.
you would say is the pressure on Eric. You were saying it about he's got the chance to beat a name here,
Yeah.
and will his arm tighten up if he gets that shot, whether it's 36 or tops or
60.
whatever it may be.
Where's you require 101?
Right, 101, he's going to go treble 20, I'd say. Yeah, 81,
Downstairs.
57, 212s.
That's not in.
No, but I'm saying
Yeah,
57
treble,
to
treble
212.
10 it should be. Oh, sorry, mate. I thought your eyesight was failing you then. You were just
Not yet, not
quite.
that bad, yeah.
49. Eric, you require
He
76.
said all day that he's kept straight, because he needs to keep straight here. A big
Yep.
20 or a treble 20. Oh, what a dart. Double eight then. Two at it.
Take a big scalp.
He's taking his time.
He's shaking
Is that a
his
good
head.
thing or a bad thing? Oh, my word.
No
Oh, he did a
score.
double.
He's bust.
He goes
Where's you
back to
require
76
52?
as well.
Yeah. Where's it be going for 12 here for tops? Double top.
Double 10.
Yeah, that's game shot. End the
Yes.
match. Where's
Really,
Newton?
really good game of darts. One
That
way
was
than
a
the
great,
others. That was
yeah,
a
great game of darts, yep.
It's not all necessarily about averages. Not quite sure what the averages were on that game, but somewhere around 84, I think.
Yeah,
we're looking at the
84,
dart.
85, yeah.
So,
Honest
but,
game of darts.
it's
yep.
Wesley Newton that goes through to the next round of the Irish Open Men's Championships. welcome back to the Killarney Darts Festival and the Irish Open Ladies round 2 game between Dieter Hedman and Theresa Mayer. I've been joined in the comments by Matthew Ecker. Good afternoon, Matthew.
Afternoon everyone joining us. Yeah, this is going to be a intriguing tie here. I've been reliably informed that Theresa's a bit of a dark horse here in this game. They did play each other last year. Dieter Hedman, I believe, got a 4-0 victory in that one, but a year's a long time in sport.
Yeah,
and we can quite confidently say that this is a different day, different game, and who knows what's going to happen in this one.
Exactly right. Dieter, well, we haven't got long enough. It's only 7 legs, so we can't sit here and list off all that she's won for in the game, because we'll still be here at like midnight, won't we? But she doesn't need any introduction.
We'll cap it off with those World Masters titles, because the World Masters isn't just about winning an event like we're looking at today, where we're looking at a one-day event. That's an event that you've got to qualify for on the back of winning events like today, and then moving on to take on all those event winners.
Yeah, exactly that. Of course, the one that Dieter would love to win, she's back there in 3 weeks' time at the Lakeside. That's been the elusive title for Dieter. She's a seeded number 4 this year, so awaits the winner of Aletta Vaya and Paula Jacqueline.
Then, first leg, it's Dieter to throw first.
At Lakeside.
Game on.
Meantime, Dieter has won the ball. So, Matt, you're a player. 7 legs, winning the ball. That important?
Oh, absolutely. In this short format, it's absolutely vital to
45.
get a bullseye win, and Dieter will be 1 up already in her mind.
Exactly that. That's what we were talking about in this short format. If she can win that first leg, the second leg's almost a go for nothing, isn't it?
Yeah, this is a bit of a... Well, it's a catch-21, actually. It's a bit of a freebie, but if you don't perform in that first leg, you can find yourself 2-0 down before anything. So it's all down to the mental strength of the player, but we know Dieter Hedman. We've known her for many years, and we know in this ladies' game she's one of the absolute elite players, and the only thing that's eluding her is that Lakeside title, that World Championship, which maybe she'll get in just a couple of weeks' time.
We shall see, but for
81.
now, my mind is solely focused on the lady in green, Theresa Mayer. It's interesting. We've got the privilege of being able to watch the side on of the players, and I'm just
60.
watching Dieter's back leg just raises off the ground slightly, which always... I'm not a darts player, but even I can do the bit that works out that you can't be throwing the dart from the same place if that happens every time.
41.
Well, with that, you just tend to find that you're trying to place the darts in the board rather than actually throw and propel the darts. And maybe there's an element of what we've heard before this game started, that Theresa's a bit of a threat in this game, and maybe Dieter's just aware of that in these early stages and just trying to make sure of these first legs, trying to make
43.
sure of confirming that winning of the bullseye.
Yeah. Good point. She's certainly not far away, Theresa, but she's yet to hit one of the
36.
big scores so far. In fact, neither of the players have really hit their straps yet.
And it can take a bit of time just to sort of settle into this. As the games go on and the rounds go on and the importance gets more emphasised on the matches as we go, we can tend to find that it just takes a little bit of time to settle into the matches individually.
45.
And coming up onto the stage, Matt, makes a big difference. You've been playing on the floor where there's sort of 16, 32 boards around, and you're used to that hustle bustle, and then suddenly you're in this open chasm that's the stage.
It's not even that, it's the 2 big screens that are projecting this out to the crowd and everybody that's here.
45.
And everybody that's here, this isn't a crowd, this is other players.
Yeah.
This is players that have come here to win it, just like you have. And you're trying to show them what you're capable of and trying to make an impact.
68.
Bit of an impact with that score, 68. Takes her down to a 180.
It's probably the only time you don't ever want to hit a 180 this one. We've had incidents in the past, Damon Hetter in
31.
Gibraltar. We've had Dirk van Dijvenbode at the World Championship at a 180 against Raymond van Barneveld. We certainly don't want to see a 180 here for Dieter. And after the first start, we can confirm she won't.
Exactly. I think our good friend from Portugal has been famous for hitting a 180 when he's not wanted a 180 as well.
82.
And if I'm not mistaken, a few weeks ago, he actually scored 0 as an opening throw because he forgot he wasn't playing double in. But
are we on about Jose here by any chance?
I think everyone knew I was on about Jose.
No surprises
26.
when we're talking about Jose, but
Dita,
98 for
require
Dita Hedman
98.
here. She's going to need a treble somewhere along the visit with the first couple of darts.
Should go across to the 18s here. Not quite. I think that's an 18. She's just asked the referee, which is more than acceptable.
43.
And missed the big 20. Time's on her side, though.
A little bit of clarification on that one. You can ask the referee what is left, but you can't ask them how to go about it. There's a lot of conversation at the moment about rules in darts.
44.
Yeah, that one's a very,
Dita, you
very
require
clear,
55.
clear-cut rule from a referee's point of view. What you've scored and what you've got left can come out of your mouth, but you can't.
15 scored, yep.
And Dita again. So these points, isn't it? The points that she uses are so thin. I've had the experience of refereeing for those games, especially when you're refereeing. It's a double 12. It's quite
50.
difficult to see the thinness of those points.
Teresa, you require 156.
Yeah, the points are something that even Peter Wright had to go with. I remember at one point he, well, what hasn't Peter Wright had to go
55.
with? He's had a go at these, but if you
Nails.
remember right,
Dita, you require 5.
Pretty much anything, right?
if you remember right, RTL when Peter Wright thrown, they went ba-doing when it hit the board.
Double 2 for Dita.
Game shot and the
Ba-doing,
first
in
leg.
for Dita Hedman. That's
Dita
the opening
Hedman.
leg for Dita Hedman. And that confirms that holder throw.
Second leg, it's
You've got a job
Teresa
in
to
there
throw
somewhere
first.
for you, Matt, there with that bedoinging. You could get a voiceover in some way, shape or form, surely.
Oh, I'm up for anything. I'll take any job I'm given. If it's ba-doing, I'll
140.
take it. You sort of get the real feel of the Irish darts here when we watch these streamed events. When you see
26.
well, Wes Newton literally just played up here, come back from 3-1 down. Good performance. You can see him in the background there taking on James Beeston. And just gives you sort of the vibe. But a minute ago he was up here on the
26.
stage. Now he's back down there again with the hustle and bustle. This is the real life of what these tournaments are like.
Yeah, and this one, we were talking earlier on the stream about the fact that 535 players, I believe it is, are actually taking part, which, if my maths isn't wrong, is the second
76.
biggest tournament of the year in the WDF and possibly in the world from a competitor's point of view, obviously behind the Dutch Open. Just an amazing amount of competitors and fantastically run so far, I've got to say.
I've got no complaints
19.
as a player in terms of how the event is
Yeah,
run.
well, that's good to hear.
You can't complain too much. The Dutch Open, obviously the very premier event here on the WDF. Got 5,000 entries, I believe it was.
Yep.
Barry Van Peer coming through and picking up that title.
Indeed.
59.
Indeed. Dita's a little bit behind here. I think she's about 20 odd behind. Certainly hasn't been vintage Dita in this first leg and a half.
41.
If Teresa can find a little bit of form herself, she could bring a surprise.
But how much of that comes down to the fact that Dita doesn't have to be vintage, Dita doesn't have to be a best? How much that comes down to the reputation that Dita Hedman brings to the board?
17.
It's a really interesting point. I've thought this for a long time. I had a long conversation one year with Lorraine Winstanley around how do you pace yourself for an event where you're playing, you start at like 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning and your final might be 7 o'clock at night.
24.
And you've got to pace yourself. If you're walking around and if you did a day's work for that, you go home tired and you've got to be fresh for the final. It's difficult for you guys, right?
Oh, absolutely. And I honestly can't say I've got the answer to that yet. I'm still trying to figure that out myself, but it's certainly intriguing to sit alone and watch
99.
the players and to see how they try and manage that day. It's a very, very long day. Big entries here, but got to be said, the Irish organisation here been
60.
very good in terms of the organisation of it. It's been very, very smoothly so far, so it's down to us to adapt as players.
Very much so. And I think that the likes of D2 and those players that have been doing the tour for a few years have got into a routine with those sorts of things
55.
and they are able to work out. And I think you're right, they do look at the draw sometimes and think, okay, that first game, no disrespect, but I won't need to be on my A game. I just need to keep my A game, and I'm almost getting my shoulder
40.
in and throwing my darts, in those first few games.
Well, before I even came to the WF Tour, I started asking people that have been very successful on this tour what it's like. People like Glenn Durant, who's been a 3-time WF World Champion, and Jamie Hughes, who
59.
said he didn't actually practice
Trees,
before he
you require
even played a game of
151.
darts. It was literally just he used the opening games as practice.
Yeah, yeah. It's when you see your first round opponent is Glenn Durant. That's when you might have
11.
to have a bit of a practice beforehand. But of course, if you're good enough to
110.
get into the seeding, but you know you're not going to meet those seeds until later on in the tournament anyway.
Absolutely, the seeding system helps all players, certainly those at the very top end of the game.
Well, Dita's managed to get
42.
herself in front in this leg.
Trees, you require 140.
So, hang on a minute. Oh, not quite.
111.
I
think we need to get a calculator out here.
Teresa's come back. You guys can't see that. Well, perhaps you can now. She's shaking her head and wondering what she's done, and she's hitting 11 and then tops. Whether she thought she was actually on 111, I'm not sure.
I think I'm shaking my head as well. I'm a bit uncertain, unsure of that one, but
36.
that's not in.
You nearly
despite
said that one.
Require 29.
It's an optical illusion,
Yeah,
isn't it, when you look
it
at those
is.
very thin darts? And again, Peter Wright, when we look at him, he had that treble 13 in the Premier League
Yeah.
that was unsure whether it was in or not. But Teresa needs to find single number.
No score.
She's not had a great throw there.
DC, you
Teresa,
require
so Dita's
32.
coming back now for the 32 to take a 2-0 lead and a breaker throw.
Game shot and the
how much
second
of that
leg.
is the Dita
Hedman.
factor? The factor of the when we talk about the amount of
Third leg
titles
is
that
Dita
Dita
to throw
Hedman's
first.
won, I don't think I can fit it on an A4 piece of paper.
Absolutely, yeah.
And how much of that is the fact that Teresa is very aware of what Dita Hedman has won? We was warned at the very start of this game of the talent that
60.
Teresa poses, but when you come up against one of the icons of the game in the ladies' game, when you talk about the very top talents, you talk about people like Trina Gulliver.
41.
Dita Hedman is certainly up there in the conversation at the very, very
course.
top end of the game.
And I wonder whether Teresa, with that, the hit in the treble 20 in that the back end of that final leg, suddenly the eyes light up and there's this almost rush of adrenaline that says, oh my God.
45.
You know, not only am I playing Dita, not only could I win a leg, but I could also take out this big outshot. And the brain became befuddled, for want of a better phrase.
Well, the brain will cast back to 12 months ago when these two take each on in this very stage, and Dita Hedman won the game 4-0. That will be very fresh. A year's a long time in sport, but for the player, as soon as you get back on that stage again, it feels like yesterday.
Yeah. Gotcha. But yeah, so Dita now theoretically in a good...
60.
In not cruise control, because she's not playing well enough to be in cruise control, but certainly 2-0 up. She's already broken the throw, and having won the bullseye, she's got that advantage as well. So Teresa really
36.
up against it, and this leg is, what are we talking about? A 50-point lead plus these.
The thing is, you look at the
9.
situation, you look at Dita Hedman and you say, she's been in this position so many times in the past that it's almost irrelevant in terms of what the score position is. I remember not too long ago going over to Belgium and
85.
playing over there in Antwerp, and Dita Hedman was behind in that one, and you sort of never felt she was actually going to lose the match.
Yeah, that's again is the name, isn't it? It's the name of this person always wins. So I'm up against it.
99.
You hear when you're walking around the draw and you hear the people, oh my God, I've drawn Dita Hedman first round. Well, is there not another way to look at that and go, right, do you know what? I've drawn Dita Hedman first round. I'm going to go and show what I can do. Is that gonna be
Opportunity, yeah,
45?
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, when you play one of those very top players, there's an opportunity to create your own headline. Don't let them take the headlines. You've got an opportunity to make your own. How many times in the past when Phil Taylor used to lose was the story about Phil Taylor losing rather than the other player winning?
27.
Then there became another challenge with that as well. The person, I think there was a stat or a record where the person that beat Phil Taylor always lost in the following round because they'd gone so high.
81.
It was almost that they couldn't get back to the
They
level.
played the final already, haven't they? In their mind, you know, you play Phil Taylor, you don't expect to win it. You win that game, and then you're in a tournament that, why am I here, sort of thing.
Yeah.
83.
Quite sure where we couldn't quite see where those two last couple of darts. Oh, it was an 83, so down to 118 in Dieter. And she'll be coming back for that.
In that situation, you look at the Dieter Hedman will look at the board and see 177 versus 118. Dieter to come back to the board. She'll probably expect to have at least 6 darts at this, so she'll be more than happy with 118 with 6 darts in her hand.
She won't be happy with that first dart, but if she can hit the treble 19 here, she'll be happy. 78 still doable in 3. Unlike the 134, which now that Teresa hasn't hit the treble 20 first dart, is now out of the question.
41.
93 is a 2-darter, 78 is also a 2-darter. Treble 18 for double 12.
Single 18 leaves 20 and tops. And tops. Beautiful.
Game shot
Beautiful
and the
finish
third
there
leg.
from Dieter Hedman, and just
Dieter
shows
Hedman.
that class that we've been talking about there, and that's just the difference between the players, those sort of combination finishes.
You're absolutely right, Matt. I was just about to say the 78, it was very close to the treble 18, and the 20 was a big solid 20. It wasn't rasping a wire or anything. It's a 20. There's no doubt.
60.
That is probably the best 60 you'll ever see. Knocked the dart out that was in the board already with the second dart, and then finds the treble 20.
The challenge is do it again.
If she can do it again with a couple
65.
of darts stuck in the board, she'll get herself back into this game. That's just the thing, isn't it? When you're going up against these players, there can be elements
85.
of vulnerability against the top players. It's just being able to capitalise on those mistakes and those opportunities that present themselves.
Yeah. My wife plays at a level with it when she's played against the likes of Dieter, and she sometimes comes off and feels, sometimes
41.
just feel that I've got to take this opportunity, rather than if I don't take this opportunity, I'm probably going to get another one. There's the different mindset, isn't it?
Absolutely. Reputation carries a
45.
long way. And that's just it, you know, when you're coming up to the board for an opportunity, it's almost a fear factor about the player that stood behind you. And certainly in the ladies' game, you've got to say Dieter carries that fear factor due to the fact that, well, I don't like to exaggerate too much, but I'd say she's run about 232 titles.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, dead right. Crazy numbers. Crazy numbers.
77.
Teresa just starting to find that first dart as well now. Is it too late? That's the question. But when you start to find that first dart, that builds confidence, because it just settles you down for the whole visit.
You said about Wes Newton's game was the game before this. In the first 4 legs, his first dart was going low, and then suddenly he found that treble 20 first dart, and it was 85 and plus every single score.
And it's how you find it. If you find that 85 with the last dart of the treble, you feel like you're stretching, you feel like you're desperate.
Gotcha, yeah.
You get that first dart with the treble 20,
50.
and you almost feel comfortable, and you feel like there's plenty more in the tank. It's a very, very strange game, this.
Yeah, so much of it is a mental side of things, of life, really, isn't it? And charts here for Teresa are only 24 from Dieter, so she's got a lead of 20 plus these, but this isn't helping her cause too much.
21.
And this is where we would fully expect Dieter Hedman to step in.
One treble here would do the damage for Dieter, and she finds it in the opening dart. And this is just where you're growing confidence, and you've got that minimum requirement done with the very first dart. It gives
81.
you the opportunity then with the last two to throw with freedom.
The Paul Hinks finished, the 127 for Dieter.
39.
And game,
Yeah,
and
that's
game.
It, that's it.
Dieter, you require
Where is Mr. Paul Hinks when you need him?
Well, he's not going to be needed right now.
No.
5 scores, yeah.
Sometimes I think when Dieter's asking, she almost can't believe it herself, but I know it is her actually asking, is it a 5? But it's almost, is that really a 5?
29.
So it's the, what we call
Teresa,
the
you require
campaigners when he used to
124.
ask, is that in?
Yeah. Unlucky there from Teresa. Treble 18 would have left her the ball, but
56.
not to be. So Dieter 98. I
Dieter,
always
you
think 98
require
for players is a bit
98.
awkward. You want to hit the treble 20, but you also don't particularly want double 19.
Yeah, it's one of those tricky shots,
There
but
we
she's
go.
got the double 19. Unable to find it
82.
on this occasion, but sets it up absolutely beautifully.
Teresa,
More
you
than happy to
require
come back at double
68.
8, but she needs Teresa to miss the 68 to allow the opportunity.
That'll be a
16 or 8 gives a dart at the double. It's tops.
Game shot
That could very well
and the
be in
fourth
there.
leg. Teresa Maher.
I think it was in there, yes. Yep.
Fifth leg, it's Dieter to throw first.
Not a flicker of emotion from Miss Hedman.
Ronaldo would have been proud of that one, wouldn't he?
He would.
Right in the top corner.
Top bins. Dieter was annoyed by it, clearly.
You don't want to annoy Dieter Hedman. This is what she's capable
180.
of. Fills it up. A 180 there from Dieter. Says, anything you can do, I can do an awful lot better.
What did you think of Dieter's reaction there for that? When Teresa hit the
24.
double, there wasn't a flicker of emotion. She didn't look at the player. Good thing. Keep your emotions to yourself.
She's expectant, isn't she? She's expectant to win the game regardless, and I think that's what we saw there from Dieter Hedman. I mean, Teresa's already gone one better than she did last year. A 4-0 defeat to Dieter Hedman, so she got one on the board. So by this
95.
estimation, in 2024 it should be 4-2.
Yeah.
In 2025 it should be 4-3. So by 2026 we should see Teresa getting a victory over Dieter Hedman here in
Indeed.
Killarney.
Indeed.
3.
Dieter will pick up on the point of her age by that time. So, but we won't divulge that. But equally, I think she would say, well, she should beat me at that point.
I think that's how Dieter feels now. She feels like
Yeah.
she's more of an ambassador of darts, but the thing is, people
59.
just can't beat her. They can't stop her from winning these events.
And she still travels event after event after event. And if it's not WDF events, then it's
40.
ADC events or it's county
Dieter, you
darts or
require
anything. It's a game
167.
of darts to Dieter is her weekend and her life.
She'll go until the very, very end. She's been a fine ambassador of ladies darts over the year, which is blossoming and blooming
97.
more than ever before.
Absolutely, and she's taken Teresa to task. How dare you hit that tops at the end of the last leg? I'm going to show you what a dart player really should do, and the scores in this
45.
leg of 3-8-9 playing 70
Dieter,
show
you
you
require 70.
exactly how Dieter can play the game here. So 20 or 12 can be either with Dieter. She doesn't mind either of those doubles, but tops she's chosen on this occasion.
30.
Wasn't to be, but she's probably going to have 6 more darts. In fact, she's probably going to have 9 more darts.
She's going to have plenty more darts. 389 is going to take some heroic effort from Teresa to pull this one back.
Yes, good game to win, we've called
92. Dieter,
it.
you
Tops it is then
require
for
40.
Dieter for a place in the next round. Bit of board management here. Yes, that's a bit
35.
surprising. I thought she might have not necessarily bust the score, but certainly gone over the top of the double 5.
Certainly a question to be had, and maybe we'll be asking that in a couple of legs' time.
47.
Who knows? Dieter Hedman 5. The
Dieter, you require
tricky thing
5.
with this is just make sure of that big fat 1, which she does. Double 2 for the match.
Wow.
1.
Yeah, Roy Grin. I don't think Teresa can believe that one's not. Oh, you want me to throw again? Yes, we do. Yes, you're still in.
5 bullseyes, Teresa? No, she's not doing it. I bowled it. She should have batted it. You know, 5
30.
bullseyes from there. Double 2 for Dieter
Dieter, you
Hedman for the
require
match.
4.
Really?
No score.
Is that double 5 going to come back and haunt her? 3-8-9, I think we said Teresa was on.
She was, and sometimes when you've got that time on your hands, it can become a little bit more tricky as a player because you feel like
60.
you've got all the time in the world, but the time
Dieter,
is
you
starting to run
require
out.
4.
Dieter, can you finish it off?
Are you also thinking double 2? I don't want to go inside and leave myself on the
Game
madhouse.
shot
I don't need to bother
and a
because I've hit
match.
the double 2.
Dieter Hedman.
It's Dieter Hedman that has seen off the threat of Teresa Mayer by 4 legs to 1, and she goes into the next round of the Irish Open Women's Championship here at the Killarney Darts Festival. Bit of a debrief between the two players and the referee now. We will be back with our next game very shortly.